Hello car lovers, driving the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder. This is the Rock Creek edition. I love those marketing names. Rock Creek, think nature, think rugged. So very good Nissan, that's a nice name. So what to say about this vehicle? First, an overview.
The Nissan Pathfinder is a midsize SUV. The exterior styling is standard. It is conservative with a slight hint of rugged ability, and it is marketed as such. Basic driving aids are standard, and Nissan's Pro Pilot Assist with navigation comes only with the top two trims. What that means is the Pathfinder can do stop and go traffic, helps you stay centered on the lane, will slow you down for upcoming curves, interchanges, junctions using the navigation. Good self-driving aids can really make your daily grind more bearable, and it's part of the quality driving experience. As with most midsize SUVs, there is third row seating. When those seats are down, there is much more space. The driver ergonomic is standard Nissan fare. Although it doesn't really look special, it's certainly functional and easy to use. Prices range from $49,000 to $60,000. The version Nissan gave Ross to test is the mid-trim Rock Creek model, which is an off-road aesthetic package. The engine and transmission are the same for all models, 3.5-liter V6 and 9-speed automatic, 284 horsepower, 259 pounds of torque, 11.6 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 9.2 liters on the highway. That's a pretty good city figure, though I doubt it very much. Pathfinder can tow 6,000 pounds. I recommend the SV trim for $52,000. You get 18-inch wheels with 60 ratio tires, ideal for Montreal roads. You also get intelligent around view monitor, front rear sonar system, useful for such a big vehicle, LED fog lights, body colored outside mirrors with LED turn signals, tow hitch receiver and pre-wiring, panoramic moonroof, motion activated liftgate, second row climate control. We are driving the Rock Creek edition.
I want to talk a little bit about reliability. I have two cousins who have garages, and they tell me, Christopher, it's craziness. People are bringing their cars in, they're getting them fixed. Before, we used to write them up for $4,000 or $5,000 bills, and not because they're trying to screw them over, it's because it's what it costs. People are getting them fixed. Before, they would chuck them and buy another car. Cars are too expensive now. So if you'll recall, 6 years ago, no one really cared about long-term reliability because the leases were so affordable. There was a low interest rate, and you could go walk into a dealership, pick up a Nissan Pathfinder, $500-600 a month. At the end of the lease, you throw the keys, get another one, and it was fine. And that was certainly viable. And in a certain sense, it made economic sense. But of course, if you buy and you need the long-term reliability, well, the long-term reliability gives it economic sense. We would mention that on our reviews 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. How relevant is it now? And I want to tie that into Nissan. Nissan used to be a top-notch reliability company. The younger people may not remember this, but Nissan was a great, reliable company. And over the years, they kind of let it go. I can feel in Nissan, despite making questionable partnerships with lesser brands, if we think only about Mitsubishi, I mean, the Mitsubishi Outlander is essentially a Nissan Rogue, and it has never been better. So Nissan's design and build are raising their partners, if you want. I'm not sure what Nissan's getting out of that. This exterior looks good, and Nissan has been aggressively marketing their cars, especially here in the province of Quebec where I live, and that's fine. And now, can they back up that marketing? That's always the question. Well, from the outside, they certainly can. It looks really good, this Pathfinder. And on the inside, I would say it has been raised to an acceptable level. It is slightly less expensive than its rivals, and I'm feeling this here. But where Nissan is very strong is it nails the core tasks perfectly. Lots of room here, huge room, great suspension for I'm in the Montreal Trail, right? These roads are being absorbed very easily by the Nissan. And sitting in back, lots of room. There's a third row for kids or your mother-in-law. There is, if you don't have those third row, you have a huge trunk, enormous, ginormous the trunk. Good visibility, big windows. Seats are reasonably comfortable. Ross finds them hard. With the lumbar support, I'm finding comfort. A decent steering wheel. The driving aids are so easy to engage. Press of one button, boom, everything is set. Set your cruise control, that's it. The car runs by itself. So that's very good. The climate control may not be flashy, but it sure is easy to use. Same thing for the infotainment, very easy to use. Not a flashy screen, but boy is it easy to use. Easier than its rivals. And that is for the core tasks that we do every day. Ease of use is always better than high-level sophistication. I mean, high-level sophistication, it's for the higher-end brands, I think, and I just think that's what I have to say about that. Easy to consult dash. What about the engine and transmission? Nissan went with all reliable for the engine. The V6, this is a Nissan product. They've been working on this engine for decades now, it seems. It doesn't seem to have major problems. This transmission is a 9-speed. I don't know if this transmission will last a long time. This was a key reliability concern for Nissan. All right, so question mark there. So this is what's on people's brains, right? I mean, Nissan now, I believe, has raised their level sufficiently in terms of just the basic functions of a car. I think all they need to work on now is the long-term reliability. And this is not the luxury segment, right? We're not in the Infiniti brand, we're in the Nissan brand. So people, when they're buying, especially in this market, I think long-term reliability is something they're looking at more and more, right? So that's just the way it is. If it were differently, we would report it. So I think Nissan has made an excellent product, and they don't have a choice. There's competition, right? It's not like our liquor board where we go, if we don't have a good service or we don't like the prices, we can't go anywhere else, right? If we go to hydro and we have a lot of power outages and we're not satisfied of the service, we can't go anywhere else. But the car industry isn't like that. If you give a bad service, you're going to die. If you don't adapt, you're going to die. And Nissan had to adapt, especially now in this even more competitive than ever market, and the lack of availability. And this is where Nissan is very strong, because there are more available. I think if you go to the dealer and you order one of these, you're going to get one, let's say, much sooner than you will a RAV4 or a Highlander or perhaps a CRV, because there's just more in stock, right? This is what I'm hearing through the grapevine. So very good Nissan on that level. This is a great product. And I've been enjoying my road tests of Nissans in the last few years. I think I can think of the Rogue, which really, I think, catapulted Nissan back in the forefront in the competition in the most competitive market, the compact crossover. And this is the midsize crossover. It's very good. So those are my thoughts. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then, of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.